Hello everyone and welcome to the NASCAR Cup Series Bass Pro Shops night race from Bristol Motor Speedway. Right here, Ty Gibbs starts the race on pole and jumps to the lead early over Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Austin Dillon, and Kyle Busch. So Ty Gibbs, of course, in his first few career Cup starts here, filling in for the injured Kurt Busch as Bubba Wallace is in the 45 car. So the 23 machine of Gibbs doing well, trying to get his first career win, which would be an incredible upset, of course. But Kyle Larson is won the first two races of this round of 16. He's running right there in second as we move already. And then, whoa, there's been a caution or something has happened here on lap 35. There's been a big caution. I accidentally skipped over what actually happened, but it seems it involved like Harrison Burton, Todd Gilliland, and a few, guys at the back that you don't really see much, so not that important as he focused down on the 23 of Ty Gibbs on board with him as he tried to chase down Harvick. He's going to look behind from the 4 of Harvick, who's leading this race here in Bristol off of actually he's not leading. Harvick here on lap 41 is actually apparently a lap down to the leader of Ty Gibbs, but stayed out to try to stay on the lead lap, so we'll see how that plays out for the 4 of Harvick. And then Ty Gibbs is right there, leading the race. Kyle Larson is in second. Joey Logano in third. Now we move on to lap 82. Ty Gibbs continues to dominate this first stage here in the Cup Series, leading the way with Kyle Larson second, Logano in third, and Kyle Busch in fourth as they lap the 51 of Cody Ware. And now we accidentally skipped over another caution. I'm sorry, we're on lap 90. And so the 21, the 15, 30, the 42 Ty Dillon on the 11 of Denny Hamlin was knocked out of the race on that last caution. So clearly it was like a crash, which is humongous play implications. That's going to eliminate Denny Hamlin from the playoffs in the first round because of this development. Denny going to be out of the playoffs now as he wrecked out in all 3 races. So disappointing for him, so we will not see him in the playoffs in the round of 12, at least eligible to fight for a championship. So continuing on, Ty Gibbs leads Kyle Larson, but lap traffic is making things dicey here throughout the rest of the field. Cody Ware and Josh Bilicki are really stacking up most of the field. Now Cody Ware just hit the wall right there. Everyone's scattering, trying to avoid him and not crash right here. Oh my goodness. Cody Ware really kind of close right now, on the verge of wrecking the mid-pack here as he gets a bump from Chase Briscoe, and there they go in the back. Tyler Reddick spinning, and oh, Truex Busher, and we're under caution once again. This time we actually see our first crash of the night here on lap 94 as Cody Ware stacks up a bunch of guys. Christopher Bell turns Tyler Reddick, who turns Martin Truex, who sends Chase Briscoe turning into Chris Buescher. So Reddick crashes alone on the bottom line here, down here. Then up in the front in turn 1, Chris Buescher and Martin Truex and Chase Briscoe have their accident here, as you see. Slow-mo replay here with Tyler Reddick. Just nothing he could do. Gets spun. His teammate Austin Dillon barely avoids significant contact, stays alive, stays in the mix to try to win his way into the next round of the playoffs. But yeah, then you got Buescher being collected. And so under caution here at Bristol. Kyle Busch just got put in the wall in turn 3 by Joey Logano. Oh my goodness, these two have history. Logano just fenced him. I don't know why, but it is Ty Gibbs dominating tonight here at Bristol. Now we cut to lap 100. William Byron just got sent down the racetrack, made an incredible save to keep it from wrecking as he stacks up most of the field. Meanwhile, back at the we're looking throughout the field here, see if there are any incidents developing. It is now the 43 of Eric Jones leading this race, trying to win his way into the next round of the playoffs. As we're under caution once again. Oh, big crash here. Looks like Ryan Blaney is involved. Chase Briscoe is in it. Brad Keselowski maybe collected some damage in this incident. Oh, someone's upside down. That is a 51 of Cody Ware. What has happened? It's like Chase Elliott dumps Cody Ware down the backstretch. He hits the backstretch wall and goes up and over, barrel rolling into turn 3. Hits Blaney, spins him into the 14. The 34 gets damaged, the 6 and the 18 as well. So playoff implications for Briscoe, Keselowski, and Kyle Busch, but they should be fine, are able to continue. But what a wild flip. I mean, Cody Ware, Chase Elliott just sends him. Cody Ware hits the wall, and the wall just makes Cody Ware flip upside down, unlike any flip we've ever seen here at Bristol. And we really haven't seen any flips ever at Bristol. So Cody Ware upside down, tumbling down in turn 3 and 4 for one of the wildest wrecks in Cup Series history here at Bristol, as Cody Ware flips out As we move back to the chaotic pack, Eric Jones, the leader of that pack, is now we move on to lap 107, 18 to go in stage 1. It is the 45 of Bubba Wallace leading his teammate Ty Gibbs and Chase Elliott there as you go through the pack. They are 3 and 4 wide. Christopher Bell gets sent there. He's going to hold on to it and save it back there in 3 and 4. Keep it going in the right direction. This leaves a lot of track position. There they go. Josh Blicky's crashing. Ross Chastain involved. And we are under caution once again here in Bristol, just like that. It looks like in the corner, Josh Bilicki, Ross Chastain just run out of space here. So what happens here is the 31 of Justin Haley just clears himself on Josh Bilicki, sends him spinning right up into Ross Chastain, who has nowhere to go, gets collected. Of course, playoff driver gets hit by Kyle Larson right there. But Chastain is okay and will continue in this race, keeping his championship hopes alive. So yeah, it's a small little incident here in turn 1 with Josh Bilicki and Ross Chastain. Everyone else manages to get through on the bottom. Kyle Larson, of course, with some contact there at the back end of the incident. And back at the front of the field, it is the 45 Bubba Wallace actually came down pit road, so the lead is now given to the 23 machine of Ty Gibbs as we move on to lap 114. Now 11 to go in stage 1. Cole Custer stays out and is now leading Ty Gibbs on the restart with Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Chase Briscoe, the current top 5. As the 31 Justin Haley back here, clearly holding up the entire inside lane as we look back at the front of the field. Some interesting battles here. Bowman and Byron both laps down, trying to get some laps back, fighting Custer right now. After they had some unscheduled green flag pit stops, of course, put them in these bad positions. But if they just survive, they should be in a good spot. As we move on to lap 1. Later this lap, oh, BJ McLeod has crashed. Stenhouse gets hit. Lap 115 on to lap 116. BJ McLeod turns McDowell into Bell. And then McLeod goes right back into McDowell. McLeod spins himself out and hits the 47 Stenhouse, who goes spinning. Contact with Jones. Bubba Wallace gets contact with both of these guys. Everyone seems to be okay and continue in this race, but see right there is BJ McLeod making a mistake, turning the 34. Then he gets in the 18, the 20, the 18 at the wall, and then he loses control and goes right up into Michael McDowell and spins himself into that outside retaining wall. And Stenhouse nowhere to go. He gets spun. Jones manages to escape with minor contact. Same with Bubba Wallace. As we move back up to the front, Ty Gibbs leading as we move on now to lap 122. Coming to like really 2 to 3 to go here. Stage lap 123. Justin Haley, Bowman, very close quarters racing here in mid-pack, getting really dangerous. Battling, oh, and everyone stacks up as someone just came down the pit. And now the battle for the stage 1 win is between Corey LaJoy and Tyler Reddick off of pit strategy here for the stage 1 win here in Bristol. 2 to go in stage 1. Reddick and LaJoy side by side for the stage 1 victory. Austin Cindric is back in 3rd, Truex 4th, Suarez 5th, Ty Gibbs 6th, Elliott 7th, Keselowski 8th, Briscoe 9th, and Logano 10th. Now last lap of stage 1 as Reddick the slight advantage over the 7 of Corey LaJoy, but LaJoy using that high line here to turn 1 and 2 is going to run out of momentum but make a run down the backstretch. They head into turn 3 and 4 for the final time in the stage, and the race back to the line. It's going to be Tyler Reddick who's going to win stage 1 here. Bristol LaJoy 2nd, Cindric 3rd, Truex 4th, Suarez 5th, Ty Gibbs 6th, Elliott 7th, Brad 8th, Briscoe 9th, Almirola runs out your top 10. So Tyler Reddick wins stage 1 here in Bristol. As now we begin stage 2 with Tyler Reddick and Austin Cindric leading the fields. The 12 of Ryan Blaney is really stacking up his entire inside lane, holding up the entire pack here. He's clearly way off the pace, and they're already making contact. Oh, Byron and McDowell into the corner. That was very tight. And they're even getting stacked up on the top line a little bit. Really a lot of congestion here somehow. We haven't had a big pile up yet here because of clearly how slow the 12 of Blaney is going. The top 3 have pulled away here from the pack. As we move on, now Justin Haley's crashing on the lap 133. The 31 gets spun hard into the inside wall and will be knocked out of the race from this crash here as he just gets dumped by Cole Custer. Justin Haley completely wrecks out here in Bristol as the 41 of Cole Custer just sends him spinning, a hard hit into the inside safer barrier, and he goes crashing into turn 3. Move back up to the front of the field here It is, of course, going to be race leader Tyler Reddick. Now here on the restart, it's the 20 Christopher Bell leading on lap 139. Lap cars everywhere. There goes Michael McDowell. He gets upside down, stuck in the fence. Michael McDowell, what has happened? The 34 Michael McDowell just got turned by the 4 of Kevin Hart down the backstretch and literally gets wedged into the fence like we saw in the truck race. He either gets stuck in the catch fence with his back bumper up in the air. What is happening? Michael McDowell literally stuck upside down in the air. He's completely out of the race, ended destroyed like upside down, pointing almost perpendicular. Like, what is going on? Michael McDowell just had the most vicious crash I've seen in the Cup season. They're crashing again in the back. Oh no, what has happened back there? Oh my goodness. And it looks to be it was the 3 of Austin Dillon, which is major playoff implications, has been spun down the racetrack here by Eric Almirola. 2 players get together, a hard hit for Austin Dillon, and then they wreck up like Kyle Busch is upside down. Harvick's wedged in the fence as well. He's upside down. Oh my goodness. We just had 3 flips in 1 lap. What just happened, bro? Oh my goodness. Kevin Harvick kind of got karma for destroying McDowell, as he got exactly the treatment McDowell did. He got wedged in the fence, so he's done, and Harvick is out of the race, which is huge playoff implications. And then Kyle Busch got stuck and literally stuck behind him and got launched over Kevin Harvick. And so Kyle Busch went upside down. Of course, more players see Kyle Busch went in the air, launched upside down, lands on the 10. You see the 3's already spinning, damage to the 43, the 16, the 22, the 45, the 12, the 14. Many playoff drivers involved in this, the wildest chain of events in a single lap and a half we've ever seen. As Harvick dumps McDowell, gets him flipped upside down and stuck, and then he gets karma as he gets turned, and the same thing happens to him. Wild. As we move on to lap 145, oh, they're hitting Chase. There's Truex, William Byron upside down, as well as Truex, and they're flipping again for the 4th time tonight. Oh my goodness. As you see here, there's a lot of contact. Truex gets dumped, and he gets stuck in the fence, which launches William Byron like 60 feet in the air, upside down. Oh my goodness. Then you see Bilicki goes crashing. Suarez gets turned hard in the outside wall as well. Just a big intrusion. You see Byron just gets launched completely space forced. Oh my goodness. Truex as well. Briscoe gets damaged. Kyle Busch involved. Damage to LaJoy. As Byron and Truex would both immediately be out of the race, which of course major implications. 2 players get knocked out of the race. Says, look at how high William Byron is in the air right here. Oh my goodness. Another vicious crash. This is the worst crash at Bristol I have ever seen to date. Put it down in the notebook. This is the truth. As Truex gets switched, and look at William Byron just go flying. Oh my goodness. The craziest wreck of the night, which has had a lot of crazy wrecks, but this is the craziest one yet. My goodness. And it's Chris Buescher leading. As they move on to lap 151, it is Christopher Bell and the 20 leading the way, and we're getting stacked up back here mid-pack, and there they go. Bubba Wallace, Chris Buescher, Bowman, they're crashing. Damage to Cole Custer in the back, and a little bit of contact, I believe, from Ross Chastain, but it was all triggered by a stack up here as Bubba Wallace gets turned by Buescher into Bowman. Nowhere for them to go. Bowman up into the wall, Bubba into him. Chris Buescher collects some damage as well, of course, being turned into the outside wall. Just another hook job here down the backstretch. Playoff implications for Bowman, but he will be able to continue in the race just fine as he didn't sustain too much damage from this accident here. And so just the WRECKFEST weekend continues here at Bristol. By far the craziest weekend all season long, as is Joey Logano restarting P1 leading the way. As we only have 17 cars left in the race, as Chase Briscoe and all that, so basically 18 through 36 is out of the race. Less than half the field's left. This is insane. Now here are down the back stretch. They're stacking up once again on lap 157. Bowman, Keselowski, Jones, close quarters racing. Now Bowman's going to turn Keselowski into the wall. He's going to come back to the track, and they're crashing Keselowski. Bowman upside down goes Bubba Wallace. That is like our 5th or 6th flip tonight. This is an all-time record for a race. It has to be. This is absurd. And we still have Talladega coming up in 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Brady Sorrell, he comes right back up the track, wipes out both 2311 cars, and collects Bowman, innocent bystander, once again. And then Brad hits Bubba. But look at the 45. Bubba Wallace goes completely upside down, like on the catch fence, completely riding. His hood is on the safer barrier. A very scary looking wreck. And see, look at him go up on top and upside down and ride the safer barrier on his lid. And then come down the track, land on his teammate Ty Gibbs. That is wild. Ty Gibbs, of course, was one of the dominant cars of the night here early in stage 1 as I get a quick screenshot just to see the magnitude of this bubble wall of slip here as we go frame by frame. But this is absurd. The amount of flips we've just had in succession has just been, I mean, unbelievable. This has just been the most insane race I've ever seen. I mean, it has to be. This is a chaotic Bristol race of all time. I mean, this is insane. Maybe the most chaotic NASCAR race of all time. I mean, that's what it feels like so far. I mean, unbelievable. This is just insane. Insanity. As is Joey Logano leading under the caution. As now we go back green with Austin Cindric leading the field back to green on lap 164. The 99 Daniel Suarez going extremely slow, holding up Bowman, Wallace, and Jones. Oh, and they're crashing in the back. There goes Kyle Busch. Now, oh, he gets upside down. That's another flip. That's number 7. Like, if we've had 7 flips in a span of 50 laps, what is happening? Kyle Busch gets dumped by Elliott, Chastain and Reddick, and then Elliott spins Reddick right back up the track into Kyle Busch, who gets blindsided right in the driver's side door, T-boned into the in this outside safer barrier, which makes him flip upside down. Unbelievable. You see the 9 and the 8 just go right up the track, a direct T-bone right to Kyle Busch's driver's side door, a vicious crash, a vicious hit. As Reddick goes airborne, so does the 9 and Kyle Busch upside down. I have no words, man. I just have no words to describe what this race just is. Just no words, bro. It's insane. It's insane. Kyle Busch goes tumbling 2, 3, 4, 5 flips, 6 flips. Lands on all 4s, but he's done. I mean, whoa, this is the most chaotic race ever. And now there goes Daniel Suarez crashing back up the track. He's going to save it. Almost took out his teammate, but what a save by Daniel Suarez. And we stay green here on lap 171 at Bristol. In the first 170 laps, no race has ever had like 6 flips. I mean, this is wild. And so now, and now we on lap 184. I seemed a little bit too fast, but I caught the end of Cole Custer, who was leading the race. And the next thing you know, Cole Custer's crashing into the inside wall. And of course, he's no longer the leader. It is assumed that Joey Logano sent him into that wall. So now we restart on lap 190. With 60 to go in stage 2, with Austin Cindric leading, Logano second, Bell in third. As Bowman just turned Austin Dillon hard in the inside wall, he's back up the track. There goes Reddick, Custer, Suarez, and another big crash here in Bristol tonight. As you see, it is Bowman who sends Austin Dillon hard on the wall, and he has nowhere to go right up the track into his teammate Reddick, and a hard hit to the outside wall for Cole Custer. Daniel Suarez collects some damage as well. We only have 6 vehicles on the lead lap, and that number is about to get even smaller. Barely any competitive cars left tonight here in Bristol. Basically, it's about survive and advance for the playoff drivers left in the race at this point. I mean, the standings are going to be wild at the end of this race of who made it and who did not. As now we transfer on to lap 198. Corey LaJoie gets dumped by Eric Jones right into Bowman. Heavy contact to right into Suarez. Big hit and right into Tyler Reddick. All 4 drivers would be knocked. I'm right into Austin Dillon, I believe. Yeah, right into Austin Dillon. All 4 drivers would be out of the race from this crash as LaJoie, Bowman, in order to go right into him, completely destroys Bowman. His engine's gone. Then a head-on hit for Suarez. He's done. And then the bumper hit for Austin Dillon into LaJoie. All 4 out of the race. So Bowman, Suarez, and Dillon, 3 playoff drivers out. Bowman and Suarez might have enough playoff points to survive. Austin Dillon, who had to win, does not win. And henceforth, Austin Dillon will join Denny Hamlin in the eliminated category that we know of for right now. As we move on to lap 205, it is Christopher Bell leading the race. Actually, it's Cole Custer in the 41 leading the race, but the 20 Christopher Bell is pressuring him to take the race lead here. So it is a battle right now. Bell trying to take the lead from Custer. As we are under caution. It looks like Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones have had another big crash here down the front stretch, and it looks like Eric Jones is on top of Tyler Reddick. We have added another 2 flips to the counter, ladies and gentlemen. As Reddick is turned hard on the inside wall, and Jones launches up on him just like Byron did on Truex earlier in this race. Almost identical crashes. So now both Jones and Reddick would be out of the race. Jones, another playoff driver, who entered this race right on the playoff bubble. Reddick missed the playoffs. Both, of course, now out of the race from this hard, vicious crash. Is both up in the air. I'm speechless. This race has just made me speechless. This has just exceeded every expectation of what a demo derby WRECKFEST looks like. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars left really running. Chris Buescher is running the race, but he doesn't really count. He's just going in and out of the pits every lap. As it's 2:12, Christopher Bell is leading. Austin Cindric, Joey Logano, and Cole Custer the lead lap cars. Then Bubba Chastain a lap down, Jones 2 laps down, and Buescher just running through the pits now, 15 laps down. As you move on to lap 249, 2 to go in stage 2 for Christopher Bell, looking for the stage 2 win here. Austin Cindric is second, Joey Logano is third, Cole Custer is fourth. As now we take the last lap of stage 2, Christopher Bell leading the way here tonight in Bristol, really starting to dominate this race now. It's either going to be him or the Penske cars who's going to win this race most likely, unless they somehow crash. As coming to the line, it's going to be Christopher Bell winning stage 2 here in Bristol. Cindric second, Logano third, Custer fourth. Now we transfer on to 3 to go in this race. Christopher Bell has absolutely dominated, pulled away from the other 7 cars in this race. Leads by 8 seconds over Austin Cindric and Joey Logano. The only other 2 cars on lead lap is now 2 to go for the 20 of Christopher Bell, looking for his first win of the season. Couldn't quite get it when he needed to win his way into the playoffs this season, but one of the top non-playoff drivers, and is now trying to secure a victory, so the season is not a loss. His white flag final lap presented by Credit One Bank for Christopher Bell. He survived this chaotic WRECKFEST demo derby of a race. Won stage 2, got some good points, and he's going to come through 3 and 4 for the final time, and Christopher Bell is going to win at Bristol. His first win this season. He led 298 laps in a dominant performance, and of course won stage 2. As your runner-up is going to be Cindric, and Joey Logano will finish in 3rd. Bubba Wallace 4th, Ross Chastain 5th, Cole Custer 6th, Eric Jones 7th, Chris Buescher 8th, everyone else out of the race, with Reddick being in 9th and LaJoie being in 10th. So Christopher Bell, your winner tonight in the Bass Pro Shops night race from Bristol after 28 cars DNF. Now we do the standings. Of course, the 4 drivers out are going to be Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin, both missing the playoffs by 50 points. Chase Briscoe eliminated by 23 points, and Eric Almirola misses it by 21 points to Eric Jones. So those 4 will be out. Eric Jones advances. Harvick and Bowman both make it by 24 points. Keselowski by 25. Suarez, Kyle Busch by 27. Elliott by 29. Byron 36. Truex 42. Chastain 52. Logano 57. Larson with his 2 wins advances to the round of 12. And now we look at the playoff grid heading into the round of 12, where it is going to be regular season champion Chase Elliott leading the grid at 27 points above the cut line. Harvick enters 18 above. Larson and Truex at both 11 above. Kyle Busch and Bowman at 9 above. Logano and Jones at 7 above, right at the cut line. Then right below the cut line, William Byron and Daniel Suarez 7 points out. Ross Chastain and Brad Keselowski 8 points out. So until the next episode, where we head to the Xfinity Series NR2003 at Texas, I hope you all have a good one.